I believe in the power of visiting the kennels. I learned this through my own experience. When I was 10, I started volunteering at the Kent County Humane Society. And every Sunday, my mom and I would go there and spend 3 or 4 hours just walking up and down the kennels, making sure the dogs had clean water, no poop in their kennels, and clean toys and blankets. We also would walk the dogs around the pond if it was nice, and if the dogs were hyper, maybe even down the road. After 4 years passed since I first started volunteering, and I had seen and cared for thousands of dogs, there was one special dog. Pumpkin was her name. She was a 3-year-old German Shepherd that was absolutely terrified when she came to the Humane Society. The number one rule as a worker is to try to not stress the dog out, so we would just let them have their own space to calm down and get used to their new temporary home. I remember looking at her informational sheet and it saying staff and authorized volunteers only, which meant no random volunteer could take her for walks or anything. So I did the only thing I could do, which was to try and comfort her. I just sat there in front of her kennel, and after sitting there for about 10 minutes, Pumpkin was finally comfortable with me and came over to the kennel door. She sat across from me and licked my hand when I put my hand up on the fence part. That's when the volunteer coordinator saw what was going on and came up and said I was the only person she has ever done that to, and that was the closest she has ever gotten to a worker since being there for a week. That's when I realized what exactly I was volunteering there for. I believe in visiting the kennels and spending time with the dogs because it shows them that someone actually cares about them. They were there because they were found on the streets or their owners really didn't want them anymore. And it took me over 4 years and seeing thousands of dogs to finally realize what my purpose was. I was that someone to show them that someone out there actually loves them. Those dogs were scared out of their minds at the kennels, so I bet it felt good to know that at least someone loved and cared for them. When us volunteers got to sit in their kennels and cuddle with them. I also believe in visiting the kennels because it shows that you have the power to change the life of another living thing. After that day, I made it my personal goal to spend time with each and every dog there for at least 15 or 20 minutes to show them what love was like.